The Oculus Rift is a new virtual reality headset that allows players to step inside their favorite games and completely immerse themselves into the virtual world. Every subtle movement of your head is tracked in real time, creating a natural and intuitive experience.
And here at NORCAT, this video game technology is literally being put to work.
Let's say I wanted to give you a tour here. I got two ways to do that. I can do it in a PowerPoint presentation, or I can do it in virtual reality.
We can implement more information by means of putting you immersed into that experience. By you having that one-on-one interaction with the training, you're actually taking more because you're having those almost first-hand experiences.
Wisniewski and Andrew Kostuik have been developing the technology to actively engage industry workers receiving health and safety training beyond the traditional classroom model.
Like right now, the Oculus Rift is being the gaming. A lot of demos that really just don't really do anything other than say people throw it on, they go, whoa, wow, that's cool. But yeah, Andrew and I are actually trying to take the Oculus Rift to the next level and using it in a practical environment. About a year doing some professional development, me and him learning how to work together with each other. And then from there, we learned different technologies. We learned how to use the Oculus. We learned how to use something called the Leap Motion. We learned how to use the Kinects to do certain stuff. My skill set is software development. His skill set was asset and visual development. So we married our two skill sets, and after about 8 months we discovered that wow, we do actually have the ability to produce high quality training in an interactive form.
Well, we can track a camera in 3D space in the game engine, and wherever your head is moving, that's the direction you're looking.
I'd actually be able to tell you, can you please go to the mechanical room? And unlike a PowerPoint presentation where you're going to have to try to sit there and think, okay, well, where's that room in the building? If you actually walk through the building with your joystick and then I said, okay, can you go to the mechanical room? You'll have no issues going to it because in your head, you know where it is. You've already been there. You've already walked the path. You know where the stairs are. You know where the hallways are. You know where the doors are. You know where the keys may be already. So it's far better of a training tool for that type of scenarios.
About 10 years, there's going to be a whole new workforce coming in with kids who are who've basically grown up with playing video games. So what we're doing right now is we're going to be upping all the curriculum into interactive immersive experiences where they can play and learn through this new sort of gaming culture. Some
companies bring the fire department in, and the fire department would come and they would actually set up fires, and you'd have to put out the fires based on the training. We train how to use fire extinguishers at our mine. We're not allowed to set fires, so we have to go through sort of like a fake type fire scenario where we teach people how to sweep and we teach them how to put out the fires. Well, using virtual reality, we can actually set something on fire, and then we have the ability to allow you to pick whether it's a Class A, B, or C fire extinguisher, so you have to make the right choice. You have to actually use the fire extinguisher the proper way by sweeping through the bottom of the fire, and we can simulate that scenario. In about 2 years, we're probably going to have a whole new training experience here. We're going to be attempting to build a holodeck. Something like you would see on Star Trek, not necessarily like Star Trek's, but kind of the same idea. We're trying to create sort of a human simulator instead, not so much an equipment simulator, so that I can take you and put you in a room, and then using some of the technology that we have here already, I can give you a scaling bar, and I can project you inside a mine, and then through that we can go through the processes of how to scale a rock. And you would actually have to take the scaling bar and tap on certain parts of the screens that we lay out, and we can simulate whether it's a loose rock or it's solid rock, and if it's loose rock, what it sounds like, and then make you go through the motions of what you would do to take that out, rather than throwing you into a mine and making you do it for the first time there, which is still, you need to do that in this industry, but again, we can prepare people ahead of time to what it's like to be in a mine and the types of things you're going to experience.
We just start in the 3D modeling software, create the basic geometry. We have to unwrap the mesh, paint the textures, bring it into our game engine, and then at that point we start to apply materials that, what the materials do is that it allows light to impact that, so we can create realistic environments based on lighting. We can make them all change at real time. We have dynamic day and night cycles, weather, and then anything for the client's need, we can modify surface designs. We could create an whole surface mine operation and tailor it to each specific site.
Our phones are actually ringing off the hook, and we're trying to process all this information right now. We have people wanting to partner with us, large companies trying to partner with us. The experience has been overwhelming, to be honest with you.
These real-world scenarios address the effectiveness of training methods by exploring the value of knowing what to do versus actually doing it.
If I can solve a problem with the younger generations coming up, sitting in front of computer screens and watching PowerPoint presentations, to holy jeepers, I want to sit here and do this for hours and hours because this is awesome. At the end of the day, if they learn something, we win.
NORCAT believes that this bleeding-edge technology will have significant long-term impact, not only for Canada, but also globally. For NorthernLife.ca, I'm Malika Villegas.